Hello everyone, welcome back to AdventuresOfWellUmMe, and today for Gamer Day we're going to be talking about one of my favourite franchises, and that's Final Fantasy. This is the Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster. I originally played Final Fantasy X and X-2 on the PlayStation 2. I ended up getting the remaster, the Collector's Edition one, on the PlayStation 3, and then I found this on eBay, cheap. I thought, you know, why not upgrade to get the game on PlayStation 4? Because, in all honesty, it was one of those things that I wanted to play again, and it was just more convenient for me to play it on the PlayStation 4, and it was cheap, so I got it again. And I don't know, what can I say? I love Final Fantasy, so anytime I pick up any of the games, it's always a great thing. Of course, I did complain about Dissidia, but that's not a mainstream main title game. That's a spin-off, so there's that difference with that. But this is a great game in terms of you are able to play through 2 full games. Plus, you get the bonus footage. It's well, I don't know what I'd call it. It's like a video movie thing. That's on here. It's called Last Mission? I think that's what it is. It says here includes Last Mission. I think that's what it is. Where you can, it's kind of like a tie-in between the stories. I think that's how it's listed. Which used to be on the, it was like an international release from Japan that had it on it in like a collector's bundle thing. It was like a DVD that you got with it to watch. Yeah, I don't remember that being an option to view that on the original release that I got in the PAL territory. But besides that, it's a great way to replay the game, and it just looks, you know, that little bit better. I mean, I've got no problem going back and playing it on the PlayStation 2, but why would I do that when this can be upscaled to run at a better looking resolution? A little bit better looking frame rate or whatever. The one thing I did find really difficult with this was the lightning strike minigame thing, where you have to dodge the lightning. I was unable to do that on this. I wish I could have done a better job, but I tried to platinum it, and then when I realised that I have to get all the weapons and you have to do that, that kind of sucked. I haven't managed to get anywhere near platinum in the game, but I would like to one day. At least I've at least finished the story. I've done that much, but yeah, platinum in the game, that would be a difficult one. I'm not sure what exactly I would be in for if I do try and do that, because I know you got to defeat the Dark Aeons as well. But as per usual, the Final Fantasy games, you know, it's a fantasy Japanese role-playing game. Crazy stuff goes on in them all, and I like this one. This was the first one that had voice acting in it. And everyone always goes on about the laughing scene, and in all honesty, it's out of context. It's supposed to be cheesy like that. And if you look it up, like, you can watch videos from the voice actors and that, and James Arnold Taylor, I think that's his name. He's got a video on his own channel where he actually talks about what it said in the script and why he went along with it. It's not that it was terrible voice acting. He was following the prompt, and it kind of fits if you actually analyze what's going on in that session. Like, that whole part of the game is literally say, sometimes it's just good to laugh because it will put you in a good mood. So he laughed really stupidly, and then they all have a good laugh at the end of it. So I think that's where it kind of gets a little bit mixed up with things, because they just look at that and go, well, if that's what the voice acting's like, it's terrible. But it's not. It's actually really decent voice acting for the most part. And the graphics, like, the animation for the time was just outstanding, jumping from like the traditional Final Fantasy 3D look that we had with 7, 8, and 9 to this for the PlayStation 2. Like, the graphical leap is phenomenal. And then you look at like what we've got today, and it's a whole nother level. But it really was a masterpiece for its time, and it's as bizarre as the story it is. It's just really engaging and enjoyable to play through it, and it's one of those games that it's quite complicated with the system, like the sphere grid thing that you have to go through to level up your characters, but at the same time it's not. Like, you just collect items and use them, or spheres, and use them in your power-up grid thing. Pretty easy. One thing that I do like about this version is it's cross-compatible game saves with both the PlayStation Vita version and the PlayStation 3 version. So it doesn't matter what console you're playing on, you can actually just transfer your save across. So I can upload my PlayStation 3 save and download it as a PlayStation 4 save. Which is amazing, because a lot of the times, like, you buy these games, you go, okay, I want to update my game to the latest console so I can play it in the best looking possible gameplay and all that. And you find that you end up having to replay the entire game again, and that is kind of frustrating. Having this ability, I can take my PlayStation 3 save, which is what I originally replayed it through on, and I can transfer that to my PlayStation 4. That way, when I say I want to go for the Platinum, I've got my save data there. I don't have to worry about it. The only thing that might have sucked in terms of trying to get the trophies is if I go for the alphabet thing. I might have missed something that is missable. I don't know, but it's something that I'd have to think about later on if I go to Platinum it again. But it's a fun game. My goal is to get all of the Final Fantasy games that I can on at least the PlayStation 4, hopefully PlayStation 5 in the future, to then be able to platinum them all and have a platinum trophy for every Final Fantasy game. That's kind of like one of my gaming goals. If I can do that, that would be phenomenal. I doubt I'm ever going to do that, because there are some trophies that are just ridiculous to get. The only one that I have platinum so far is Final Fantasy 15. And I don't see myself going back and being able to platinum a lot of the other ones that are out there. Plus, I'd have to re-buy them for the PlayStation 4, because a lot of them you can't actually get on the PlayStation 4. If you've already purchased it as an older version, you have to kind of purchase a new updated version, which is annoying, such as Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, you had to get new versions of. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But Final Fantasy X, I'm excited that they keep doing these remasters and remakes, and this is one of the ones that I thought kind of started to set that up again. When they remastered this, it was one of those things where you're looking at, okay, now we're going to be able to get remasters for a lot of their games. And since then, we've had a remaster of 8 that's come out on like all consoles. We've had a semi-remaster of 7 that came out, and then we've had a not a remaster, it's essentially like a re-release with a little bit of upscaling and some changes of 9 as well. And then we've got the remake of 7. And we've got 12 that got redone as well. So there's quite a few games that have come out. There was a remaster of Type 0, which was originally a PSP game in Japan. That came out on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox as well. So there's like all these games that were slowly getting remastered. We've had remasters of like the original, like the 2D Final Fantasy games before. Like, we've had plenty of those where they've come out and updated graphics and whatnot. But now that we're getting these 3D Final Fantasy games being remastered, it's just exciting for like myself as a fan of the franchise to see that they want to always bring them forward, make them look as beautiful as possible and play as good as possible, and be able to play on the current generation of systems. That's what I love. But yeah, that is the Final Fantasy X and X-2 remaster. Yeah, I really love it. I recommend it. I'm going to recommend all Final Fantasy games except NT. Anyway, have a great day, guys, and I'll catch you next time.